Okay, I'm ready.
And lucky you, the listener, you get to hear us twice in a week. And we brought JP this time.
Yes.
Yeah, they drove me along.
We really did. It was like a 3-day process of getting
it.
It
feels like accomplishment. I get it now. I
feel like I should get a trophy or an achievement, pop up in the left corner.
No, that would be. Got
JP off his ass.
I thought you meant a real life trophy, but you're just talking about internet points.
Yeah, just internet points. But yeah, so this is our second podcast for the week. We're going to do a little bit of everything on this one. We're going to do some what ifs. We're going to talk about some comments that listeners have left, and we're also going to pick. We have picked, but we're going to announce the winner of the zombie ears, like the necklace Daryl was wearing.
It is a really nice necklace.
This is like an official Walking Dead
the
license.
The new fashion of the summer of 2017. This Daryl ear necklace.
So we're going to be giving that away, and talking about the stream, all that stuff, and just again, we have JP in studio.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. We're super. Did you forget where you were for a second?
A little bit. It's still so early.
So, of course, a segment we do on every podcast now, the new listener shout out.
New listener! Thank you.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I'm going to produce something, but you can do that.
When I go home, I look in the mirror and I do it 5 or 6 times in the morning before
I'll let you keep doing that until we produce something.
Thank you. Yeah. I have purpose. Feels great.
All right, so it's only 2. I'm going to go ahead and announce these. 3? Oh, that's right. We had an add-on from yesterday, and I mean,
here, take
Matt's
my
so
list.
excited.
I'll trade you. How about that?
Okay.
You hand me your list.
Okay.
Because that's got the amendments on it.
Let me see. Wait a minute. Is there anything missing? You just need the front. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So we got to give a new listener a shout out.
That was you got to see the magic behind this. That was exciting.
Right. All right, so we got Bruce Alexander. Hello, welcome to the podcast.
JP said that's a really strong name.
It sounds like a conqueror from olden times.
Absolutely. Okay. So please subscribe, and we hope to have you become a returning listener. Zindo sounds like a villain from Doctor Strange.
Hail Zindo.
Or even Superman. I mean, this is General Zod. You could say General Zod's brother.
Oh boy, I just
Colonel
finished.
He wouldn't be a general.
Right, no, he would be like a rank below.
The first season of Supergirl, guys, it was really, really good.
I don't like it.
It was really good.
Right,
give it a chance.
Walking Dead.
It was just like The Flash. It was super good.
No, don't you dare compare it to The Flash.
Don't make me set you guys in the back.
Sorry.
All right,
I haven't seen
Walking Dead, we're new listeners, shout out.
The Martian Manhunter is so badass.
I will agree with that. Okay. Right. I'm sorry, I don't want to upset Justin.
Well, no, we have new listeners who want to be shouted out, not to hear about some shitty attempt at making a show.
Better than Flash. I can't let that stand.
I said it was comparable at first. You're like, this is kind of cornball, but then you really get into it.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll eventually make a Supergirl podcast, which only you will be on. But right now, we're talking about The Walking Dead and shouting out our new listeners.
Bruce Alexander, Zindo.
And Mershawn Carroll.
Sure, right? I'll go. Yeah, man.
I think so. First time commenter. I'm no better
at commenting.
Maybe they had listened before, but first time commenter. So regardless, you get to be thrown in with a new listener shout out. So nice. Hello, and of course we've got a lot of loyal listeners here. We're trying to start playing more on your comments, so because we love them, we love the comments. So
and speaking of that, because I'm looking for it here, the newest person that you just say that name again.
I think from your writing, Mershawn Carroll.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm trying.
Corral.
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah, and they said, what if Negan did succeed in controlling Daryl? And that's something that we're still looking into. I think that's more of a could happen.
I don't think now that Daryl's escaped, I think that's gone.
You guys think he's a double agent? Is that what you're saying?
You think he's brainwashed him? No, that hug with Rick was sincere.
Was it?
Like that was sincere.
I didn't see a butt grab.
Brother. I mean, they didn't say that time, hug. But I could hear them thinking that you're my brother. Like they
just echoing
they were
around
both singing
head.
That song in their head. Hey, brother.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Easy Street. I mean, because Rick is singing Hey Brother, but Daryl is singing Easy Street.
What if that's what Daryl does instead of snoring now? It's like they're like, we're gonna let Daryl stay in our guest bedroom since he just got back, and it's like. Easy Street.
I tell you what, they're really ballsy because at this point they don't know about the Kingdom or Seaside or anybody. They're just like, we're going this like just us.
Right.
It's a really gutsy move.
It is.
That's the Rick Grimes we love.
I like the feeling they left off on the mid-season.
They're screwing with the wrong people.
It's pretty much like, you know what, we're probably going to die in this insurrection, but it's better than how we're living now.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what our country was founded on.
Better to die on your feet than live on your knees.
I could live on my knees. It would be fine.
Well, that just goes against everything you
I did it
just
for
said.
like a whole summer. I mean,
America's pretty much built on an Indian burial ground, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But all right. So, yeah, I think if he succeeded in controlling Daryl, you could have had one of the greatest story arcs in the show, period.
It would
Because
be
to see
different.
because that's some of the best rivalries with hero and villains are the ones that start off as best friends and then become, mortal enemies. I mean, that's always, if you can do it right, it's always, makes for a good, because, you actually know Daryl. Like, unlike Negan right now, we just know him as this villain that showed up and we like him, but we don't know anything about him. Daryl, you've seen him since the start of the apocalypse.
His wants, his fears,
his needs.
I think the only way
His
that would have worked,
hairdos.
somebody did like, what if Beth had have lived? I think if she had have lived and Negan had her as leverage, that's the only way he could have controlled.
Yeah, that's a good way to tie in the two comments there.
That's
Yeah.
good. Madison Summers was the one that brought that one up about what if Beth.
Yeah,
didn't
so if
die.
Beth didn't die and Negan could have captured Beth and basically told Daryl, okay, well, guess what? If you're not going to do what I say, then I'm going to kill her.
Or she's going to be my new wife.
Right. Which Negan would never force that, though. Negan's very against rape and forcing.
Well, he might could have wooed her.
Right. I mean,
He's very debonair.
He's young and
charming.
impressionable, yeah,
He's
so-
very charming.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Maybe she
now
has daddy issues.
we were talking about how the virus could have started last week, and our good friend Jeep.
Oh, and he said that's from that's a reference from Popeye.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is.
Eugene
It
the
is.
Jeep? Is
It
what he
is.
said?
Said the virus could have been airborne or like an old chemical weapon, and so a lot of people, the airborne, I could believe. It just like
What kind of chemical weapon? Maybe chemtrails.
But if it's airborne, I don't know. I guess everybody did contract it because everybody breathed it in, because it's not the virus that kills you. It's the infection from the dead bodies that, all the bacteria and stuff living in their spit and their teeth that actually give you and kill you because you get an infection and you die. So, I mean, does that mean they could stop everything with some Neosporin?
Potential spoiler, so skip ahead for like 30 seconds real quick. I saw somebody make a comment. So in the comic books now, if you're born after the apocalypse started, you're born without the virus.
We don't know.
I don't think it's been established.
Somebody put that in the comments.
It's not been established because
okay.
we haven't had a baby die yet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
There's I'm so excited.
There's so many things we can do on this show. No, I don't think that we've had. I mean, even if we have, I don't think we've seen I don't think we've had a baby die and to see if it actually died or came back. No, I don't know if that means they're exempt or not.
We need a lot more infanticide in the comic book and the show.
But it very well airborne
That's
would
a good
probably.
word, right?
That's the first time I've ever heard that word, but I'm probably going to end up using it every once in a
I'm
while.
pretty sure that's a real word.
Airborne would probably be one of the best. I would think.
Airborne is a great
just
way
because
to-
it passes, and it's like I said, it doesn't kill you, so it's not like everybody's infected technically. So I mean, airborne probably would be the most believable. Some kind of airborne virus that lays dormant until you die.
Yeah.
So airborne, someone had said the water supply, but my God, and that very well could be it, but do you know how much effort it would take to contaminate every water supply on the planet, more or less? Because we know this is pretty much happening all over the planet.
Yeah, Caitlin Howard and Denis. It's pronounced, I believe. Denis
think.
let us know because I saw your profile and there was a little apostrophe in between the.
She didn't even rip on us for how badly we pronounced it last podcast. So thank you,
nice.
Denis.
Understanding and so polite for forgiving our ignorance.
But yeah, it could be. It very well could be water treatment. I think airborne would be more the most believable as far as effective spreading, because that's you watch Stephen King's The Stand. I mean that was an airborne virus and it spread like.
Yeah, like 98% of the world's population.
Yeah, like 98, 99% of the world's
Gary Sinise
population.
just walking across the desert.
That movie was so terrible. They're redoing. Well, no. Yeah, I think they're going to redo
They
that
are,
now.
yeah.
But the book's pretty good.
I hope Gary Sinise is still in it. I like him.
I love Gary Sinise.
Anything.
Yeah,
Love
he's
him. He could be a
awesome.
good bad guy.
I had a
and
chance
good
to
guy.
meet and hang out with him.
Get out.
In Martinsville.
Get outta here.
Recently.
I hate you.
Yep. And I didn't though, so you don't have to hate me, but so bad. But I had the chance,
Still stand by it.
and
Still hate
instead,
You're just like Gary Sinise.
no, I
Get outta here.
actually had something that popped up last minute, but I was going to get to interview him and everything, so I'm pretty bummed that I didn't get to do that. But yeah, love Gary Sinise. So okay, moving down. So like I said, I think I'm going to go with airborne right now. In my mind, that's how the virus. It just was an airborne virus, and people,
Now the question is,
would-
how did it become an airborne virus?
It could have
Like
mutated. It could have been a
birds
mutate
or
like the bird
bees
flu.
or-
It could have mutated from an animal. It could have been a government experiment gone wrong. I think most likely in these scenarios, it's always like a government experiment gone wrong. Like they had a virus, it got released to the public, but it didn't kill you. It just kind of like herpes. It just laid dormant until it's time to come out.
We spent so much time thinking that we didn't stop to think if we should.
Uh-oh.
God, that's deep. Where's that from?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Think how
Same
different.
thing as you're locked in here with us. No, you're locked in here with me.
I have heard that a lot.
Yeah, a couple of
Rorschach
times.
was the first time I heard it on Watchmen.
Justin is not happy that they used that line in Hitman.
Hell no.
he's
I
told
mean,
me
they
at least
used
2 or 3
that
times.
so shamelessly, man. I mean, they're sitting there. Like, that was one of Rorschach's biggest and most badass moments in the entire Watchmen movie, where he's like, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
That was really starting off great.
And then he kicks everyone's ass. Well, then on the trailer for the Hitman, they don't even... They like shameless ripoff. He's like, yeah, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. And then it's like, oh, man, it'd be cool if Rorschach didn't make it much more badass. I like the first Hitman, okay, but I don't think I would be a big fan of this one. But I'm going to try it.
Okay.
I've heard good things about Assassin's Creed.
It's not the movie.
Oh, I haven't heard anything good about it.
Well, see, but the thing is, though, I've heard lots of good things, but not a... Oh, God, yes, lots of good things. But literally, every single person that tells me they love it has never played the game. And, like, my dad went to see it. Loved it. My little brother never played it. Loved it. Everybody that I know that goes to see it and has never played the game. And I mean, I guess it's hard to judge the movie then, because as a gamer, you're judging it based on, does this remind me of the game? But then, it's a very thin line, because if it's too much like the game, you're like, well, I knew everything was going to happen. It pretty much was the game. But then if it's too different, so it's really hard. I feel like game to movies are a hard
has
genre.
There ever been a video game movie that has blown us away? Like, I can't remember.
I don't think so. It might not be a popular opinion. I actually like Prince of Persia, but, that's
I thought it was
me.
okay, but I really liked the games. They took too much creative liberty. And speaking of unpopular opinions, Caitlin Howard put something in her comments that I don't know what to think about. She says she's still a fan of Fear the Walking Dead.
Well, Caitlin, I'm with you. I'm going to try to go back and give it another chance.
That's what she said. She went back and watched the first season.
I'm going to try to give it another chance, because my dad told me I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes this season and was just like, okay, I'm done. The entire first episode was Nick wandering the desert, eating dead dogs. And I'm like, this all could have been condensed to like a few flashes while a bigger story was going on.
Why do they just love to eat dog and dog
I don't know.
food?
And then he ate the dogs after the zombies did. I mean, like, they're taking so much, like,
stupid zombie sympathizer.
Well, I mean, it's like, what infects you? Damn. I mean, I at the beginning, Rick's like, don't let any of it get in your eyes or in your mouth or touch your skin. And now, I mean, they're just to the point where Rick's like,
cover ourselves in blood and guts.
Rick's like, it's at the end of season 5 when the zombie's on him and he shoots it through the head. He pretty much gurgles zombie blood. Yeah. And then Nick's eating dogs after zombies get done eating them. I mean, people can defend that. To me, that's just too loose, man. I mean, I would think there would be like something on there that would infect you.
It could be in the saliva and not the blood. That's even a bite. What is a scratch?
Well, even still, though, they've been sitting there eating this dried saliva all over the meat that he's putting into his body.
That's one thing
and zombies don't show restraint.
I was really unhappy with the comic when Negan starts tainting his weapons. I hope it's not a spoiler for the show. I'm sure they'll do it, but he taints his weapons with zombie guts. So they infect you, like if you get shot with the arrow that's covered in zombie entrails. I didn't think that rung true.
No, it's stupid.
I mean, they're wearing zombie skin. I mean, if that were true, you get infected way easier.
Oh yeah,
that's like 28 days later kind of zombie,
Yeah.
Oh god, those are some scary zombies.
Oh yeah, everybody wants to survive in the Walking Dead zombie apocalypse. Nobody wants to screw with the 28 days later. Or like the DayZ which I talked to someone else recently that really liked that movie. I'm like, good for you, because I did not. DayZ? I like the idea. I like DayZ, the one with Brad Pitt.
Oh, World War Z.
World War Z, sorry. Yeah. World War Z, video game that I want to play. Yeah, no, I wasn't that big of a fan. I love the concept of, like, it made more sense. It's like, why do they bite? Because they're spreading it like a virus. Like, it's a virus. It wants to spread. Mm-hmm. So that was great, but it just, the way the idea was good, the execution wasn't so
I think they're
good.
making a sequel to that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was such a stinker.
Yeah,
and it was PG-13. Who wants to see a PG-13
zombie movie, right?
Like, he's bashing a zombie's brains in and they don't even show it.
And it had some very common sense.
PG-13, right?
Even
no, Walking Dead's like TV MA.
NC-17.
Yeah, but I think you could get away with that on like PG-13. I don't think it would get an R rating, the TV show, if it was in the movie theaters, because they dropped the F-bomb like once in a blue moon. It's mainly blood and guts. There's no like major nudity. It could pass for a PG-13 movie. The standards of the MPAA have just changed so much over the years.
I don't know. I wouldn't think it would be PG-13 because
blood and guts are fine. No, gore is fine. It's the sex that's the problem.
Well, you look at like what was Predators? Predators were rated R, right? And they only dropped the F-bomb like once. He's like, you're an ugly. But I would think, I don't know. I disagree. Y'all, what do you think? Walking Dead PG-13 or rated R? On TV, it's TV MA, which is kind of the equivalent of rated R, because TV MA is like suggested 17 and up. So it's pretty much the TV version of rated R. It's not TV 14. It's TV.
It just boggles my mind. We can watch someone get their head blown off or bashed in,
but we can't see.
But you can't
titties.
see titties. And I like titties.
Or dong. Ladies want to see
let's
dong.
see. Well,
I'm sure.
I don't believe that anybody really.
I'm not going to make this. I'm not going to make this one-sided.
Really
I'm sure
weird thing.
girls are like, hey, you get to see our boobies all the time in movies. We want to, we want to see the goods too. But
I don't know, man. The penis is a weird looking thing, dude. I don't know if anybody really wants to see it. It's just that's why in movies it just surprises you. It's like, oh god, that's a dick. Okay, It's like Westworld, man. You're just watching it, all of a sudden, whoa, okay.
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
that
is a
that's
warty,
dude's-
uncircumcised penis.
What is happening?
If you've watched up to season 6, you know what I'm talking
I
about.
hope winter is not coming.
Ugh.
I was
Yeah.
in ejaculating.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you,
I'm
Jeffy.
sure some girl out there is like, I'm tired of seeing boobies. I want to see some man stuff. But anyways,
There's always it takes all time.
But anyways, yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? Rated R or PG-13? I'm gonna
So
give
what
it
do you think? Do women want to see dongs all the time, or what do you think?
away from the dongs. I think R. I mean, they don't drop the F-bomb as much. I do feel like if it was on like theater or right on a big screen or in HBO,
theater,
they would drop the F-bomb a lot more.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's what I don't get. Like with Scott Gimple at the end where Rick said they're screwing with the wrong people, there was another line where he says they're effing with the wrong people. And they're like, well, we cut that out because, like we don't want kids hearing that. And I mean, he was serious. Like he didn't crack a laugh. I'm like, you have a show where people literally bash each other's brains out. We just watched Glenn and Abraham get graphically destroyed. But you're worried about kids hearing the word,
And it's so crazy.
I don't wanna say it,
You can say the F word once in a PG-13 movie, but it can't
it can't
have
be
anything
sexual.
to do with sex. Yeah.
You can be like, what the?
Right.
Or
Or
how
you can
the
be like, hey, did you know
you
that
know?
you can say, like in, what is it, the sequel to Get Shorty, what is it? Be Cool. It's like John Travolta and James Woods are talking. It's a PG-13 movie. And literally the first conversation they're having is, did you know you can only say the F word once in a PG-13 movie? And he says it, and he's like, oh, really? Yeah, just once. And I love, meta stuff like that.
And
I think they can get away with it.
And they could have bleeped it when Rick said it. They did that with Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they dropped the F-bomb a couple times.
Well,
and
they
then
say
just
you can get the DVDs. You can get the uncensored Negan where he says the F word.
I
And they
would
said
love
he
to
says
see
it a
that.
lot. So I mean, if you keep that into account, then that version of it would be rated R.
Absolutely.
But I think the gore would make it rated R because I've never seen a PG-13 movie with that much gore in it. I mean, like we're talking like
The final Twilight movie.
dude.
So
really?
many freaking decapitations in that movie.
But that's bloodless. Just heads fall off.
There's a lot of blood.
I don't
They're
think
vampires.
so. I've seen it. I don't remember that much blood.
There's a lot.
Because they would
they
just
good?
they would
Haven't
like
seen that
shatter
clip.
they would like
Like the
shatter
final
heads. But
battle.
yeah, but dude, you come on, you lying if you say they cut the head off and there was blood spurting as the head was. They just like knocked them off. I don't know. We saw different Twilights
Maybe
then.
we did. Maybe I saw the unedited version.
Maybe because but no. We watched her try to pull a zombie off of someone and pull the skin off the body.
Delicious.
I've never seen that
Look
much
how
gore
the meat
in
falls off the
PG-13.
bone.
I'm gonna go back and watch Twilight because now you got
Oh,
me.
I'm
'cause
sorry, bro. I did not mean to put that on you.
I know because I do
if it
not.
keeps you from watching it, I'll just agree. Yeah, there's no blood.
I'm gonna watch it. If you're right, I want you to be right,
even
but
watch
I
the whole
don't
movie. Just
remember.
watch the
Well, I
clip.
mean, like when they shatter their heads or whatever, they just like shatter like ice. Like actually there shouldn't be blood because they drink blood, but the vampires flat out like they don't have blood running through their veins.
There's
They're
werewolves
dead.
in there too, though.
That's the whole premise. Yeah, but I mean they're werewolves. It's
Yeah.
not humans.
Yeah, they're werewolves, bro. You stupid.
Right. Well, I mean,
sympathizer.
they could show a werewolf bleeding and shit, but I feel like for this much gore, you wouldn't see that. I can't think of any PG-13 movie where I've seen like intestines and skin being pulled off of bone and
I'm going to do some very disturbing research for you.
Do it because I'm sure there's PG-13 out there, but I don't.
I'm going to come in tomorrow feeling like absolute shit. I just watched.
I'm going to go team.
so many
I'm going to go
movies.
team rated R on this. I think The Walking Dead would be rated R in theaters because. I mean,
don't. They could make an R-rated version, but I think
no. I'm saying with what they've got
Right.
now, it's going to be rated R because, dude, I have never seen that much gore in a PG-13 movie, like ever. I'm trying to think of what movies were PG-13 that should have been rated R. But yeah, I don't know. We'll look into that, but I don't know. The thing is too, if you do see PG-13 with that much gore, you got to dig because like we can't think of any. We're like. Well, it's not common to see that type of gore in PG-13, or else we'd be like, oh, well, dude, think about so-and-so. That had a lot of gore in it. We're having to sit here and go, well, I think maybe this, it's not common to see that type of gore in a PG-13 film. So they could probably stretch it if they knew the right people and could, get it and go, okay, you know what, we squeaked by with PG-13. But I think the most common that they would do is they'd go, because if The Walking Dead was a video game, it'd be what are the Walking Dead video games rated?
M.
Rated M,
yeah.
and like they don't cuss or anything. It's just because of the gore. Not really, dude. I think we're playing different, playing and seeing. I've played the first two and the Michonne all the way through, and like you may every once in a blue moon see like a cuss word, but I mean they don't even. Not that I remember. Maybe in the first one they might have popped off the F word a time or two, but I don't think they cussed that much because it was Lee with a little girl, so it's not like he might have cussed more than I'm thinking. But
and she's not the main character of the newest one apparently.
Yes,
she's just a side character.
You get some really. I watched I watched the very beginning of the gameplay, and you are her in the beginning.
Yeah, but I'm saying she's not the main character. You play as her, but she's not the main character. The newest one, it's some other guy.
I'll have to check. I won't debate that because I just watched the first 20 minutes of gameplay, and you play as her the whole time. So I didn't know that it would switch. But yeah, I know the first mission you are with her and Kenny, and I won't say what happens, but you see her whole. Since the last one, and then you like kind of flash forward, and then you're her again. So
the storytelling in those games,
yeah,
are top notch.
Yeah, I like them a lot. I've played Michonne the first two. I hadn't played the newest one. I need to get that. But that Resident Evil
come out right.
Yeah, from what I've seen on YouTube. But yeah, we want to do those at some point to play those because if you are a fan of the show, then you can watch us play those because they're very story driven. It's not like a video game with there's gore, but it's all about making decisions. Those games scare you?
Yes.
Aren't they making like a Batman version of
They've
that?
already got it out.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
They got Batman. Cool. They've got Game of Thrones.
Oh, wow.
Telltale makes some really good stuff.
Like Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I don't know why you would want to do that because Borderlands is a great game in and of itself. Why would you take all the action out of it?
Mm-hmm. We just don't agree on anything today.
I disagree with that.
I started playing.
I think we do agree.
I don't think we agree on anything. I played Borderlands and within the first 2 hours was extremely bored and quit playing it.
I love Borderlands, man.
It had the same thing as the Division. I just got tired of it. But,
I love all three of them.
I like the Division. I just get really tired of it quick.
I got sad with the Division.
But so Emma Tomlinson says, how would Dale have reacted to Negan if he was still alive? Well, if Dale was still alive, period, I don't think Dale would be the original Dale. I think Dale would have had to have evolved somewhat to still, to accept killing and stuff.
He would have had that stupid surprised look on his face. I don't mean stupid, but he always had that same...
The Dale face.
Like, the mouth wide open and the eyes wide open, yeah.
Yeah, I know we got Morgan who doesn't believe in killing, but that's because Morgan was killing for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dale, I just don't think Dale could have made it up to the Negan saga and not have gotten a little bit colder.
I think Dale would have kind of turned into Gregory. He would have been like a diplomatic, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal with this Negan guy.
Do you think he would have been as much of a sleazebag?
Right.
I don't think he'd be coercing chicks into getting, SNSD, but then again, maybe he would.
SNSD. That's PG-13.
Yeah.
But that's a good.
Supporting his dictatorship?
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy,
man. But yeah, that's a cool thought. I could see that.
Abbreviation, I guess.
Would there be an acronym? I don't know.
I don't know either.
That could be an acronym.
SMD. That's an acronym. Excuse me. Support my dictatorship.
Yeah.
That's an acronym.
Yeah.
We're going to have that on hats soon.
I'm really glad you figured that out.
Support my dictatorship.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's really good. We wanted to start doing some hats and shirts sometime just to give to our listeners. If we can keep the listener base going, we might start doing a lot more prizes. Like maybe even, we're even with no promises, but we're kind of discussing the idea of possibly trying to throw out
just send your donations to 1122.
It's like we're going to give you a prize. Don't get me wrong, you help pay for it, but no, we wouldn't do that to you. But but we are definitely trying to up our prize giving. Which, if you stay to the end of this podcast, we're going to announce the winner for our zombie years. But
I'll even donate an action figure from my personal collection.
Dude, calm
JP
down.
has a
if you guys pay for the shipping,
figures.
I will donate some of my blood.
Oh wow!
I mean, not to anybody. Just
so
to
it's like it'll be a bloody edition of that character, but they'll be like, wait a minute, they didn't make this. They didn't make me covered in blood.
Oh, you're welcome.
They should have never let me put it in the box.
You might want to wash your hands and wear some gloves or something.
But yeah, so I don't think Dale would be the same Dale. I mean, if he were still alive, but I mean, also too, I mean, you look at which I'm not gonna say it got Tyrese killed, but they basically killed Tyrese off because Tyrese just couldn't adjust to the new world. It was a cold world, and he just didn't feel, comfortable killing people and the brutality. And so essentially he ended up dying. And I think the message of that was if you can't change and adapt to the new world, then you're obviously not going to make it. Yeah,
because he was just mesmerized by this little kid's photo, right? The little kid bites him in the arm.
Yeah. So, I mean, if Dale was still the moral compass and not agreeing with killing people, I think he would have probably still died a while back.
I hate going back and watching the older episodes and then seeing people that are no longer with us, and then I just get sad.
It's pretty much like the entire cast.
Yeah,
like
right.
Season
like
1 through
minus
3
people.
You're like season 1 through 3. You get to now, and you're like, wow, we have like just a few of them left.
I remember seeing Morgan in the first episode. Was it first or second episode? First episode, and then like 3 seasons later, you're like, whatever happened to that? Oh, cool, there he is.
There he is, going crazy.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Talking about what was he talking about? Hearing people wearing dead people's faces, which easily
Carving
could have been
trees.
just talking about the zombies, but it could have been a cool kind of.
Could have been.
Were the Whisperers even part of the comic series back then, though?
Not that I'm aware of.
I didn't think so, because then when they were doing the comic series, then they probably hadn't even gotten to Negan yet, had they?
No.
Yeah, so I don't know that. I mean, it could easily be tied back to it. Like, that's the great thing about writing; they could tie it into it now. But I don't know that the Whisperers were really a thing then. They could have been, but I don't think so. But I don't think Dale. If Dale was still alive, I think Dale would have reacted to Negan pretty much like everybody. Like,
Do you think he would have gotten himself or someone else killed by his irrational decision?
Dale would have. Dale, you know what? Dale probably, no kidding. I could see a really sad scene of Dale trying to talk it out with Negan, and then Dale being the one to get killed. Like, perhaps Negan's telling him, like, he's like, "Shut up, old man." Blah 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 blah. Anybody says anything, and then Dale's like, "Please don't do this." Yada yada. And he'd be like, "You know what? I think you're volunteering. You could have brought." Which I know Negan doesn't really. Negan would kill someone else because of your actions, but I would give it an exception that time. I could see him killing Dale because Dale wouldn't stop trying to negotiate with him. Mm-hmm. If Dale had survived to this point. I don't think friendly Dale would have made it to this point. Now, maybe a more ruthless, not a savage, but, one that's adapted and understands, hey, sometimes we have to kill people and all of that. Herschel, the heart of gold. Herschel could have talked old Negan down.
Oh, yeah.
Could have definitely talked old Negan down. Let's see, and... Amethyst Love, how do you say that?
Amethyst Love?
Amethyst Love 33 says, I remind her of her dad. Mm-hmm. Which is either a really good thing or a really bad thing.
She went into detail. She said, because her dad, your accent reminds her of her dad's accent because he lived in Texas. And I just left it there. I just want to put just reminds her of her dad.
And it's crazy. Like, if you think that we have accents, which I think JP has a little bit more of a country accent than I do. He has more of like that southern... Like grandma thing.
Oh, I used to be really bad until college. But it'll slip out every now and then.
I know I have one, but I don't think mine's quite as bad as JP's. But if you think mine is bad, I have people from around here sometimes go, where are you from? I'm like,
right.
I'm from here.
Y'all not from here, are you?
And they're like, we go to South Carolina to the beach, and people, are talking to my buddy who's got a nice truck, and he's like, well, I bet you, man, you probably fit you quite a nice box back there when you put your dog box when you go hunting. And my friend's like, dude, I don't hunt. And he's like, Oh, that's right. Y'all from Virginia. Y'all Yankees. Y'all don't do no hunting up there. Like, are you kidding? Everyone up here hunts.
Now I'm super self-aware. I didn't know I sounded like a country boy.
And that just made it.
Oh, no.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
Country boy, grandma, whatever.
Oh, gosh.
But, I know I have one, but compared to people around here, like I'll talk to someone sometimes and I'll have to go, can you repeat that? Because the southern drawl was just so strong. Well, I go down there at 5 and 9 and get the 4s and the baseball bats at 4 o'clock down at Dan Daniel, go play some ball against the boy. Okay, all I got out of that was ball.
That's funny. Yeah.
Are we talking about a sport, or did you just make an inappropriate
joke? Did you say
joke?
Dan Daniel, or did you stutter? I couldn't tell what you said.
Crazy thing about Virginia, the southern part of the state's all rednecky, and you get a little bit like midway towards the state, and then it all changes. There's no sweet tea or red hot dogs.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Can you imagine such a world?
I've been there, man.
I saw something on Food Network about our red hot dogs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they were talking about how Martinsville Speedway is known for, red hot dog all the way, mustard, chili, slaw, and onions. And you put the hot dog in the bun, and you put the chili in the slaw, and we make the beans. We don't put any beans in our chili. And it was straight up watching it. I was like, yeah, that's Martinsville.
Mm-hmm. So moving to the next comment. Oh no, you're fine. Joe W says, "What if Denise lived?"
Shut up, Joe W. I'm sorry, I did not. We've already talked about it online.
I started liking Denise towards the very end. I didn't in the beginning, but I started liking her towards the end.
No,
she started just like typical Walking Dead fashion. She started showing some development, and we started getting to know her a little bit better. And boom, arrow through the eye.
Perfect timing.
So you didn't think her acting skills improved at all through the course of her tenure?
Not one bit, and I was not. Thank God it wasn't 10 years. It felt like an eternity. No.
That's a tenure, not 10 years.
Oh. Well, I'm just...
I'm spitting on the mic.
But no, I just
Please
was
don't.
not
I use that in the
invested.
studio.
Yeah.
Oh,
That thing-
I thought this was just for
I would
me.
hate to bring in like a music artist to interview and
That
they
thing
say,
is
what's on this mic?
Moist and glistening, man. Wow.
I
But no,
thought
I
this was
just
my
I
mic.
wasn't invested in her. Yeah, you deep throw it one more time, it definitely will be. I'm just.
Why
I
are you
wasn't into
cradling
her.
those? They're not there.
hey,
Quit
I
cupping.
got it. It took a second. I was like, "What is he talking?" Oh, balls! I
Talking
get
about
it.
testicles.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah,
the
but
act of
Yeah, but Joe,
fellatio.
shut up. Shut up.
Christian
Nobody wants to hear that.
Anthus, which I don't,
Just kidding. You're great, bro. You're
I
great,
don't
bro.
really see much. I don't see Denise living really. I mean, you could say, well, what if? Because he said it even told Denise, told Daryl, like I wasn't even aiming for her, which we take to mean that we think that he means he was aiming at Daryl, but I mean he could have been aiming at Rosita. But so if he would have killed, now that'd be an interesting what if. What if he would have killed Daryl right there on the spot?
With the way that Dwight holds firearms, though, I'm not
Fans-
surprised that he missed his target.
If you're just watching Game of Thrones, skip to about 30 seconds. But okay, so fans would have been just as mad at that as my dad is because he has no idea that Jon Snow
Oh yeah, he just watched
isn't
the last
dead.
or the two
so
seasons ago.
he just finished the season and he is livid. He's like, that's terrible
That's
writing.
so funny,
Blah, blah. So
man.
that's what people would have probably done if Daryl just was sitting there talking and got an arrow through the eye or whatever.
Like
but,
a year and a half later, there's still somebody out there pissed that Jon Snow is dead.
Oh, absolutely.
That's funny.
But so if Denise would have lived, I don't think it would have changed the story that much. I mean, Tara's welcome back would have been a lot happier. But other than, well, I mean, she still would have been sad about Glenn and Abraham. But
Maybe it would have, because they would have had Dr. Denise, so Maggie may not have had to go to the hilltop.
Oh, you're a
So,
genius. I didn't even think about that.
So then maybe Glenn.
Which the
and
hilltop,
Abraham would
though,
still
did
be
have
alive.
that sonogram.
Yeah.
Like they were the only places. So they still might have had to if Denise couldn't have figured something out. But you're right. Like
It might
Denise
not
may
have
have
been
been
so
able
urgent.
to like tell symptoms and go, oh, don't worry, you're just having this, you know. That's a good man. And then Negan would have came to Alexandria, which would have been an interesting scenario to see how.
But she's dead, so oh well.
So moving on, Christian and
That's just like, and Abraham's dead, Glenn's dead. It was totally worth it to get rid of Denise.
I wish her the best in life, and I hope she has growth and potential, and I hope she does great. But I'm glad she's not on that show anymore.
And Christian Anthus pretty much wins the comments section
Yes,
for that
he
podcast. I'm going to skip past his explanation for the virus first and say, so we were talking about Andrea and Shane probably staying together, and we somehow got to talking about Morgan's stick, which Matt has dubbed Eastman. He officially named the stick Eastman. So he said, so you're saying Andrea was digging Shane's Eastman.
I enjoyed that quite thoroughly.
That was that was good. That was clever. I like that.
Nice little innuendo.
Christian says that it possibly could have been radiation, which it very well could be.
Yeah.
From all
Solar
of the
flares, like you were
everything.
saying.
We've got solar flares, you got microwaves, cell phones, like everything. Maybe all the radiation mutated something in our body that makes us come back. Who knows? Because again, it's so loose with what turns you into a zombie on this show. I mean, it's like 1 minute, don't let it get in your
Just
eyes
reasons.
or touch your skin. And now, like what was it? Homeboy got scratched, which we don't know that he would have turned, but I think he probably would have. But I don't know. Like it's. I'm sure someone out there is a far more of an expert on this show than we are. And they're like, actually, guys, okay, so they're very clear with how it spreads, and they can give us the scientific. But I'm just saying from the outside
I'd
looking in.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I'd like to, that way going forward, we can say, oh, no, the way I understand it is the virus itself doesn't kill you. They bite the bacteria from, everything. I mean, a dead person's just a cesspool of disease and nasty stuff. So when they bite you, you get an infection, to which I still don't understand why you couldn't possibly get some, peroxide, some rubbing alcohol. Right, it's got to be and then just maybe
super AIDS.
But anyways, the virus. I mean, getting bit, the infections kill you, and then the virus brings you back. Like the virus takes over once you die. So that's just my understanding. And then KK Bacon says, and this is a good one to kind of end on with the what ifs. What if Rick never found Lori and Carl? Oh, we see in him how bad Rick can be. While we still root Team Rick, it's kind of like Daenerys in Game of Thrones. We love him because we love her. We've been with her since the beginning. But when you really look at what she's doing, is she really a good guy? Or, she does offer people salvation, but it's only if they agree to follow her.
Right.
Like, she's very much, if you say you'll bow to me, then I'll be kind and show you mercy. But if you're against me, you don't even get mercy. Like, I don't even let you go. You're going to die. So the only reason she'll let someone live is to go tell other people how scary she is. So Rick, now if Rick would have never found Lori and Carl and had a reason to be good, because he started off as officer friendly, obviously, when he met Andrea and them, do you think he could have evolved into his own kind of Negan, or do you think it took Lori and Carl dying to get him to that savage point? Not Carl, sorry, Lori dying.
We definitely
that was wishful thinking.
Oh yeah, you made the comment this week. That was good. Yeah, so Carl and Lori are dead.
Right.
And
but so Lori, do you think Lori dying made him a savage? Like maybe he wouldn't be as savage as he is if he
wouldn't
hadn't
have gone
lost
through
Lori?
that whole thing, like the telephone and all that crap. Like he wouldn't have had that mental breakdown.
Right.
And I think he like the phoenix rising from the ashes kind of thing. You know?
I think with Rick, it's one of two things. Either one of two things, as he would say, stuff.
You
the
spread that
stuff
on for
I think
Amethyst,
about
didn't
these
you?
things is that I think if Rick was not never found them, then Rick would either basically be Negan. I don't, not obviously as charismatic, but he'd be a ruthless leader that basically kills anyone who looks at him wrong. I mean, remember when they were trying to rescue Beth? He just ran that cop down for running from him. Didn't even hurt anybody. Just they had captured him. He was running. He ran him down, then shot him in the head and told him to shut up. Like, a little late for that,
That'll
Rick.
spread my message.
But so that's savage. That's a very Negan thing. Like you just capture someone, they run away, and then you kill them. Like I know they were trying to get Beth back, but hell, Beth didn't. It wasn't like Beth was tied up and her life was on the line. She just was in a crappy place, and they just straight up killed him, like no hesitation. So Rick has very Negan-ish tendencies, and Negan from the comics we learned says straight up like he was trying to keep people alive. Man. His methods might have been a little screwed up, but he was essentially trying to keep people alive. But so I think we would either have Rick would be leading. He's a natural leader, but either he'd be Negan or...
Oh, boy, we have two very different shows in our head.
Yeah.
Basically, I think he just sticks with Morgan, and it's like 2.5 Men. They're raising Dwayne together, just kind of chilling, having, cookouts.
Well, but do you think he would have... So you think he would have turned around and came back to Morgan?
Yeah. I don't think he would have. It would just been like Atlanta. Oh, jeez, that's a heck of a ride on a horse.
So you don't think he would have went to Atlanta looking for his wife at all?
If he was smart, he wouldn't have, no.
But he did go to Atlanta looking for his wife. So what if he never found his wife? That's the point of which we're jumping off.
So he went searching for her, but he never found her.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he would have went back home to Morgan. They would have raised Dwayne. Dwayne wouldn't have gotten bit. Morgan wouldn't have lost his mind.
So then instead of...
It would have been a much more lighthearted show.
Instead of Rick and Michonne, would it have been Rorgan?
Possibly.
Ooh.
Mick.
I like Rorgan better.
You got to find
Speaking
love
of
somewhere.
Mick, you should check out that show, The Mick. It's freaking hilarious.
I've been watching
it's
it.
Freaking hilarious.
I've caught up on all 3 episodes. It's a funny show.
Funny show. But yeah, so we said Rorgan.
Rorgan.
It would have been Rorgan if they would have ended up being. Which, I mean, they might not. I mean, they might have found them some girls down the road. And, I mean.
So I want to share something with you guys real quick since we're wrapping up. I showed this to Justin yesterday, but you two have a new ringtone in my phone. And I'm very excited about it, and I'm going to play it for you. Let me make sure
Lord
all my
have
sound
mercy.
is
Do we have the
good.
same ringtone?
Yes, you both have the same ringtone.
I'm going to be calling you all the time now.
I'm really excited. Here we go. You ready?
Little pig, little pig.
Oh,
Let me in.
mercy.
That's my ringtone.
So when we call Matt, basically what he's saying is he sees us as Negan.
Little pig. Let me in.
So excited about
I
that.
love the delivery of
Yeah,
that line.
we were talking about that the other day,
like the delivery of that line. I mean, it's
like-
one thing
like
to say "little pig,
molasses just
let me
pouring
in,"
out.
but the way he says it just makes it.
He
Does he
puts a
say that in a
period.
comic? Doesn't he say that in a comic?
Yeah, I think that's
little
right
pig?
out of the comic. I think.
And when I read it, I just imagined more of like "little pig, let
Yeah.
me in."
Look, I
So
like
the way
they put
he
the
did
period
it,
behind each word. Yeah.
let me in. That's so like 2000 and
I love
like 15. Let me in. Doing a little clap thing.
Oh yeah.
After everyone.
2015 was so long ago, man. I can't remember that.
It might not. It might even be earlier than that. I don't know. Do people still do
2016
that?
just
Do
took it out
people
of me.
still do this?
Yeah, and white people do it offbeat all the time. So.
It's like let me no. It's like let.
I know you can't even do it right.
Yeah, it's hard,
Dude, I used to tour
think
with a
people
children's theater. It was the worst when you're doing a song and like the kids start clapping, but then eventually it turns into
Right. It starts off like a beat, like,
and you're like, what is happening?
and then it ends up going like
500 little bitty hands are all clapping at different times. So I just wanted to share that with you. I was really.
I
excited
imagine
about
it would
that
be a
ringtone.
challenge. Like I said, you got a nice rhythm going. You're just like, hey, and then by the end of it, you're like,
Yeah, it's very annoying.
yeah,
Just like that 30 seconds of clapping we were doing just now.
I bet they loved it.
Oh, yeah.
But so this is more of like a bonus podcast. So we're just kind of
Bonus.
But so we've got, yeah. Oh, and one more thing that I want to share. I can't believe I forgot that. I printed this out and I've had it sitting here the whole time and I forgot to read it. We need to read this before we sign off today and announce the winner. So a new study was done. A new study was done in England. by
heard of it.
researchers on zombies.
Ooh.
And they figured out that it would take less than 100 days for zombies to kill or infect everyone on the planet and totally wipe out humanity.
Now, how'd they figure that out, Justin?
They estimate that every zombie would have a 90% chance of infecting one person per day.
Okay.
Or eating their brains, whichever type of zombies we're talking here. And I imagine 28 days later, zombies would
Holy
infect
God.
like 5 a day. And it said that would make the infection spread twice as fast as the plague did in Europe in the 14th century, and it would drop the population from 7.5 billion people to just about 181 people in 100 days. But there is some hope. Those numbers don't account for us fighting back. If every person has a 10% chance of killing a zombie every day, we could kill off all of the zombies within about 3 years. So meaning like on The Walking Dead, if every person killed one zombie every day.
Some of them kill more
I mean, I'm
zombies
sure
than people that haven't killed
that
a
sounded
zombie
really
all
country.
week.
I said one day. I think, though, right, it says, assuming there's 181 people. I'd assume throughout The Walking Dead's through its time, maybe not, I don't know if they're all still alive, but I mean, throughout the time, it's probably been about 181 people,
just
accounting for
Negan's
groups with
group
no
is
name.
probably 100. Just
So,
about.
yeah, if everybody killed a zombie a day keeps extinction away.
Oh, that's a good. I'm going to put that on a plaque and hang that up.
A zombie a day keeps
That and Jesus is my zombie co-pilot,
Right.
Or my zombie survivor.
killing a zombie a day keeps the extinction away.
I like that.
And it said that and the few hundred people who managed to avoid getting infected could begin repopulating the Earth, although it would take about 27 years before population would actually start. JP said sign him up in that category, right?
Oh,
Is that how you would want to contribute? Guys, you go out and do the zombie killing, man.
I'll do whatever I can. Just point me in the right direction.
Oh, man.
Give me a hole to put it in, and I'll help out however I can.
Oh, man. It's like, get away from that zombie. We don't know exactly how this spreads yet.
JP, you're trapped in there with all those zombies. No, they're trapped in here with me.
And then the whole time that funky music starts playing, you're just like,
I've been really trying.
oh, JP, no.
How did I get dragged into this?
I don't know, but I wish you'd get out of it. I can see it in my head, and it's not pretty. All right, so we've got a winner name. We actually drew this the other day, and we were going to announce it. We wanted JP to be here, and we're actually going to let JP do the announcing?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay.
All right, JP. So we put all of our subscribers' names into a
Yeah,
bucket.
we had about like 30 or
it's-
40 of them.
yeah,
that I remember that I was typing out to the point where I
Right.
was like, let's just write them down.
and actually have a total of 340 something.
That's awesome.
in total. But yeah, like we're getting to where we know you guys. Some of you we know you like.
That's what I'm saying. Like 30 or 40 of them are straight up every.
Like you
podcast
remember them.
you
You're like,
talk to
oh,
us. It's awesome.
Kaylin, Jeep, Gage, Christian,
KK.
KK.
Bacon.
What did I say?
Yeah, you said Jeep.
Oh,
That's fine.
Oh,
And-
Joe W. You
And
know.
shout out to Jayona Notary. She changed her name. She is now,
Is Jayona a girl?
I think so, because she changed her name to Michonne Grimes.
Yeah, true that.
I
I
still
mean, it could be.
miss.
You know what? You're right. We should be putting labels.
It's
on stuff,
2017.
right? We need to start.
Did you just assume her gender?
God no! Triggered.
But so yeah, you're right. It probably is. But yeah, to Michonne Grimes, which is pretty cool. So we actually
If you're not a
have-
woman, I'm sorry. If you are a woman, congratulations. Right?
Rick and them really moved it up. I mean, like they're just screwing 1 minute and starting their budding relationship to now they're married.
Yeah,
apparently.
she took his. I would always think that Rick would take Michonne's last
Oh
name.
yeah. What do we? We don't even know Michonne's last name, do we?
I don't think we do.
That's very funny. Like, to
Would he
take their
be-
last name, just be Rick.
Rick. It's
Rick
like
Grimes hyphen nothing.
it'd be like Rick Grimes in apostrophe Michonne's.
That's good. Michonne's.
I mean, like it's like Michonne's. But yeah, so name change, but same awesome person, just different name. But so yeah, we took all of your names and put them into and I think this is how we're going to do drawings from now on. Like we'll put them in put all the names in there and just pull one out. It's just it's easier that way. But so we do have a name. We drew it, and it's been hard to keep this between ourselves. Like on our last podcast, we couldn't say anything.
We've actually said their name today.
We have. We have. JP announced that winner.
And the winner is.
Sad thing is, I actually do have drum roll sound
Yeah, I was
effects.
wondering what's
I just
happening.
don't feel like, let's make this official. Hold on. You know what? I'm not going to be that lazy guy today.
Oh.
I mean, it's been a long
Not
week.
today. We're shutting that shit down.
Not today. So first, I have to find my drum roll. Are we ready for the drum
this
roll?
is really, like, I love how we've just been building up the anticipation. This is really
Yep.
exciting. Let's get a drum roll for the drum roll.
Oh, all right. Let's do a hand drum
All right,
roll.
I'll get that, then you get on the button. You ready? Here we go.
Ready?
Oh, there we go. That was good.
JP?
That was the real drum roll.
Yeah, so that was,
You
was that
just
a practice
completely
run?
wrecked it. Would you announce the damn winner?
Right. It's Amethyst Love. Amethyst Love.
You say it
You got
correctly.
Amethyst Love
33.
33.
Right.
You're getting a present from Papa.
Congratulations. That's it. Oh, that's good. That's
You
good.
said I sound like your dad. But,
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. You've got a pair of a pair. It's a necklace covered with zombie ears. These are real. Like we made this.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone
Yeah, no.
that you got this though.
So now we need everyone to just tell us how Justin reminds you of your dad, and then you'll go into the drawing.
I don't want to know. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. I don't want to know how.
But
I
that's
remind
really
you of your
exciting.
dad.
I always like it when I like it when anybody wins, but
It's really cool. Well, we had Sanburbia Pictures, which I think
it's Christian Athos. Is
I
that the
think
same
that's
person?
him, maybe. But either way, we see them both comment a lot, so it's really cool when the winner ends up being someone that you almost feel like you know. You know, not that
Caitlin
now
Howard,
you
Joe
new
W.
listeners,
Yeah,
don't
man.
get me wrong. You know, it's kind of like a relationship. We'll get to know you, and then you'll be in that category. We promise. But so don't forget, if you want to get your name mentioned on the podcast, just comment new listener, or if you've been listening for a while but you've never commented or anything, just comment and say first comment, you know, whatever, and
First
we'll
time
give you a
listener,
shout out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Subscriber.
new listener shout out. We'll do that
Oh.
every podcast.
So Amethyst, you need to email us at podcastingdeadpodcast
There you go.
at gmail.com.
Yep.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you
Hot
got it right.
dog.
Podcasting Dead Podcast at gmail.com. Send us your shipping address, and we'll have it out to you in a few
And a
days.
nice little note. Just tell us some stories about your dad.
Yeah, you know,
Growing up in Texas, whatever.
what if what if as it's like I'm having these flashbacks, I'm like, I remember that. Amethyst. God, I don't think I'm old enough, unless Amethyst is like 10. I don't think I'm old enough to have a daughter.
She could be 15.
You know that-
she could still be your daughter.
No, I mean that started. Don't you give my age away, but that started so young.
That's good. I almost
started
did.
so
Justin,
young.
you're only 47 years old.
Jesus, I
I'm
don't.
just kidding. You're 22. You like that? 5 years old.
25.
People at my other job think I'm like 23, 24. Like, how old are you? 23? Yeah,
Well,
sure,
don't you
absolutely.
room with some 20-something-year-olds?
Yes, I do. So that's why they probably think that.
Yeah.
I room with people that are 10 years younger than me.
See,
It is
Matt doesn't mind
completely
giving his
different
age,
world.
throwing his age out there.
Oh my god, I don't mind it because I look younger than I am. I don't feel 32, so I don't mind saying it. But I don't like to tell people that I'm 32 because then they look at me. What?
He's so old.
Oh god,
JP
now you
and
sound
I
like all
both-
of them.
Both are just kind of, you know.
It was weird because I always assumed when we started that you were the youngest guy
I
in
know.
the room.
I told you. I just.
so I could kind of look down on you.
It's my
And now-
childlike
now I
spirit.
can't look-
with that age he has, we all look to him for wisdom.
yeah.
and
My
guidance.
voice hasn't changed yet, so I'm still waiting for puberty to hit. I got to do a growth spurt. I got to get some more body
I was going
hair.
to say, man, that 5'2" just does not fit 32.
But no, that was in high school. I was 5'2", and then sprouted like 6-7 inches senior year. So my gown that I ordered for graduation at the beginning of the year was completely shorter than what it was at the end. It came up to like above my knees. Like it looks like I'm wearing a dress.
I think I got up to 5'11 and a half, 6 foot.
Oh,
and
look
like,
at me, Mr. Taller than everyone else. Let me check the atmosphere.
I think I hit that about 8th or 9th grade. So I went into high school tall,
Nice. Congratulations.
It worked.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I just developed character.
What about Matt? He's really nice.
Yeah, right? He's funny.
It's like, oh, Justin's so tall. What about Matt? He's really nice.
There's always a pause between the he's nice.
I imagine JP was that kid on the glass just breathing, and it was just like,
Just drawing like a smiley face or a heart in it.
like, you know, like they were like, dude,
Pointing
don't
at you.
cross him. Like he draws a smiley face, and when someone looks at him funny, he just puts like a hole in the head. He's like,
It was
So we're not
really
going to take that way to
charming.
school anymore. Yeah, we won't take that way to school anymore.
and then he licks the
Oh, yeah,
smiley
yeah.
face to get it to go away. I don't know.
Anytime
You're not
JP
that
comes
weird,
into the
JP. I
situation.
promise. I like creating these characters in my
Yeah.
head.
You're not that weird.
You
of a hippie.
inspired it, but I don't think that you're like that at all. I think JP was probably like the cool kid.
I'm pretty sure we have shared more about ourselves in this podcast than any other podcast in the past year and a half.
Yeah, you never believe
does
I was
some-
Asian. I'm not.
Only on your mom's side, right?
But yeah. so-
Oh man, that's why you have such a
Yeah.
good work ethic.
Well, I mean, maybe once we have enough listeners that they start liking us for us and not The Walking Dead. You know, maybe one day we'll do like a Q&A.
Justin doesn't want you to
podcast,
see
but-
his beautiful Asian face. He just doesn't want you to see it.
You know, maybe one day we'll do a Q&A. Like, you know, where'd you go to school? Where'd you go to school? What was your favorite? You know, I don't know. Stuff that nobody really wants to know right now. But yeah, so remember, we are planning on possibly doing a live stream podcast leading up to
It's
the
coming up. It's close.
mid-season premiere. JP has got to get off work for that so that he can join us live from the man cave.
Can we call it that?
Hell yeah.
You've already been thinking
That's
of
what
the
I
title
call
anyway,
it. Yeah.
haven't you?
Live from the man cave.
If I were to be like, I don't really like that title, you'd be like, too bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you seem pretty set on it. But it sounds good, so I'm glad we agree at least on one thing by the end of this podcast.
But yeah, so live from the podcast, live from the man cave. We want to do that, but we want to make sure there's going to be people. We don't want to like sign on and there be like 4 people there. Not that we don't love all 4 of you very, very much, but you know, I mean, we want to make it worth the effort. I mean, we got to set things up. I mean, it takes a little bit of effort to get that up and going and give you like a good quality podcast. So, you know, and now
I'm
we
really
kind of
excited about that.
have little fact sheets we print out and stuff. So we're getting more and more official as we go along. So we want to provide you a good, entertaining show, but we want to make sure that you're going to be there to enjoy it. So again, I know I've asked you 100 times, but if you are going to be attending a live stream podcast with us, just comment and say, you know,
Down for the live
I'm
stream,
down for the live
whatever.
stream. Or you know what? Just comment live from the man cave.
Yeah, there we go.
And we'll actually make that a video stream podcast too. How about that? What do
That'd
y'all
be
think?
cool, yeah.
I'm not going to promise we won't be wearing masks or anything. I like
But
kind
that
of keeping
opens
a
up to
shroud
a
of mystery.
lot
but-
of stuff. We could do all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff.
Oh
in the
yeah.
Man
So
Cave.
maybe we'll do like a live stream video from the Man Cave podcast if you guys want it. So if you want to see that, just comment live from the Man Cave.
It's gonna be awesome when we film that and we're in an actual cave.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, I thought this was a house. No, we're in Justin's
like,
man cave.
Justin's out in the woods behind his
Echoing
house.
and
There's a cave.
stalagmites or
A
stalactites.
cave made of men.
We've got to be done
God.
by 10 before the bear gets back. But yeah, so we will see you guys, if
I'm
nothing else, by Monday. If no Walking Dead developments pop up between now and Monday, you know, like anyone's been cast for another show or something crazy that we feel like we need to inform you of, we will see you next Monday.
I can imagine a bear coming into the cave. Damn it, Justin! I said to be out of here by 10. I've got work I've got to do.
Someone hasn't eaten today. He's grumpy.
Eaten today.
He's
Oh,
grumpy.
you're Irish just coming out there. He hasn't eaten today.
Actually, I'm Irish.
Oh, no,
Well, I am
part
Irish.
Asian, part Irish.
I am an anomaly.
You're yeah. There you go.
Yeah. My house is an anomaly. It's literally 5 minutes from everywhere. Walmart, 5 minutes.
Is your house a black hole?
Hospital, 5 minutes.
That's nice.
Mom's, 5 minutes.
Is Mom's like a restaurant? Or?
No, it's literally my mom's.
Oh, your mother's house. Okay.
I just said literally, really, like close
Your
together
voice
there.
got soft all of a
Literally.
sudden, like you're
I'm
the
reading you a
smooth
story,
sounds
a
of the
nice
rain.
story at the end of the night.
I wish this was a visual podcast so people could see your face.
This has been, being it's so random, we didn't really plan anything. So this one, we've definitely been doing more rambling and everything. But
Oh, it's
so for those of you
wonderful.
that
Love it.
stuck all the way till, we're like in the 51-minute mark now. So for those of you that have stuck this far into it, thank you.
This is the perfect podcast to listen to while you're making dinner or something.
Right.
Just
You know
playing
what?
in the
That's another
background.
thing. Let's see how loyal you really are. If you have listened all the way to the end, also, we're asking you to comment a lot. I know that. But comment, in addition to live from the man cave, comment till the end. Like, let us know you listened till the very end. Because we want to try to keep these things shorter. We've been saying we're going to do 20, 30 minutes, but they always go
Live from the
longer.
man cave till the end. That's a weird sentence.
There you go. Kind of sad.
It is. Well, it depends on how far the end is from.
But we will see you Monday, and we hope everyone has a fantastic week and weekend. Hopefully no snow will keep us trapped in our homes this
60
week.
degrees. It better not be any snow.
No
It was
kidding.
weird. It was -1 last
Monday.
week. Snow
Oh,
everywhere.
Tuesday,
And now it's like 64 degrees. Sun is shining. It's very confusing.
Damn, Mother Nature, you scared. All right, but we'll see you next week. I'm Justin.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And JP,
You do it so much better than I do.
I know.